because the airlines, because they're so visible, there's the perception that maybe it's not perception. The reality is, there's consistency of employment, right? They're protected by the unions, which may be 100% important. There is a very predictable path forward. So that's attractive. I mean, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. What we need to do is we need, as an industry, to really paint the picture of how that same consistency can wind up existing within a company, or at least within the industry, right? Right now, you get a youngster that winds up coming into aviation. For them, that pathway forward, there's a pathway, but it's a little bit jagged, right? I mean, so you learn how to fly, and then maybe you become a flight instructor, and then you have 500 hours, and some people will accept 500 hours on maybe a turbine airplane. Some people won't accept 500 hours, but I want to be a jet pilot, and how am I going to get to a jet pilot? Oh my gosh, do I have to go fly skydivers now, or whatever it is? So that pathway, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it is much less defined and much less predictable. After you get into a jet aircraft, I think, maybe notwithstanding the guy in the Challenger 300, I don't know what his situation is, but if you're a professional pilot in a jet aircraft, especially in this environment, I think there is a pretty clear pathway forward in terms of what they can become based on good work ethic and all the rest of those types of things. So, we need to, and I think one of the things our industry suffers from right now is that lack of predictability has kept a lot of young people away from going into aviation. They don't know how they're going to make that jump from college to what they want to do, which is a jet airplane, because there's a pretty big gap. The airlines, I mean, heck, look at United Airlines. They just opened up the United Airline Academy, or whatever they call it. I mean, they have created a pathway from hour number one as a student pilot into the right seat of one of their airplanes. I mean, they've done it, again, to their credit. As an industry, and I don't have the right answers probably, or I don't have immediate answers, as an industry, we need to figure out a way to create and define that pathway, and then work with some of the big schools out there, Emory-Riddle, Southern Illinois, North Dakota, Lewis. I mean, pick your school and define that pathway and get out there and promote it.